Last week, Macron from France came to Serbia to visit, and it's caused a fury of questions from not only my subscribers, but people that we know here in Serbia, people that are looking to relocate to Serbia. What is Serbia doing with France? Are they joining the EU? I thought they were friends with Russia. What is going on here? So today we're going to dive into a quick brief topic about the deal that the Serbian president and the French president made last week when it came to the warplanes and why people are thinking that we're shifting away from Russia. And I'm going to be reading the news article from the Press Democrat. I'll be leaving a link in the description of this video so that you can check up on it as well. Now, the main title of this video is Serbia announces a $3 billion deal to buy 12 French warplanes in a shift away from Russia. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić has announced a $3 billion deal to buy 12 French warplanes, shifting his country away from the dependence on Russian arms. Now, I don't believe that we are shifting our attention away from Russia, but if you ask me, I believe Russia has some other things that on their plate to deal with and have to supply their own military with. So it's going to be a little bit hard for Russia to actually supply Serbia with that. I do believe that we completely overpaid on these 12 warplanes. And, but who am I to ask? I'm not in politics. But let's read a little bit further in this news article here. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić on Tuesday announced a $3 billion deal to buy 12 French warplanes in a move that shifts his country away from the dependence of Russia. The announcements from the Rafale multi-purpose fighter jets was made during a joint news conference in Belgrade with French President Emmanuel Macron during a two-day visit to Serbia as part of what the French officials have called a strategic bringing Serbia closer to European Union. I don't believe that we are going to be going into the European Union whatsoever. One thing for sure is I believe that majority of the people here in Serbia do not want to join the EU. My question is, if you look at the past countries that have joined the EU, have they done better for that in that country, or have they actually come out worse by joining the EU? When you join a group such as the EU, you have to abide by certain rules. You have to abide by having your hands tied with your own opinions. And I believe the Serbian people are not ones that would like their hands tied and have to, listen to what other countries say about Serbia and how to maneuver in Serbia and what Serbia should do. One of the things that I've noticed with a lot of these EU countries in the past year or two is the mass migration of all these asylum seekers coming in from other countries. And look what's happening, for instance, right now in France, in the UK. Are they actually better off? No. There are people that are from France, from the UK, and are fleeing now their home countries and leaving for places such as Serbia because we don't have mass migration into here. We have a very strategic approach, how we let people in here, how long we let people in here. And if you are here and found to be here as an illegal, hey, listen, you're going to have to deal with the court system, the police, the military, whatever it might be, and that's not going to be a pleasant thing. Macron called the deal historic and important and said it demonstrates Serbia's strategic courage. Now, I believe that, there is a little bit of kickback in that deal to Vučić. $30 billion or what was it, $3 billion, I think it was. $3 billion for this deal, I believe, was a little much We could have used that money here in Serbia a little bit more to help out, fixing the roads, fixing some of the buildings, helping the people here in Serbia, live a little bit of a better lifestyle, and a couple of other things that we could do here, such as the what I should call is the administrative processes here. We should implement a lot more technology so it doesn't take such a long process for people to obtain residency, either temporary or permanent, their citizenship, whatever it might be. But like I said, I'm not in the political system. I'm just voicing my opinion and my thoughts. Serbia is formally seeking European Union membership, but under Vučić, increasingly autocratic rule, it has made little progress in the field of rule of law and democratic reforms, which are the main preconditions of membership in the 27-nation bloc. Now, one of the requirements for Serbia to get into the European Union is to acknowledge the separation of Kosovo as an independent state. And that is something that I don't believe is going to happen, because the people here in Serbia feel very strong towards Kosovo, and Kosovo still remaining under Serbia. Russia does not acknowledge Kosovo as being separate and not a part of Serbia, but still a part of Serbia. It's a lot of these Western countries, United States, Canada, that political regime there that is pushing this idea. The Serbia, maybe the politicians, some of them in parliament are seeking for European Union membership, but I can tell you right now, even in parliament, they are very separated, and I don't believe at all that we are going to be joining, even if it's 2030 or whatever they might be saying that we're going to be joining, because again, there's a lot of things that come with being part of the European Union, and that's not something that the Serbian people are going to be doing. Asked about whether the warplanes deal includes restrictions on Serbia's sharing of Rafale technology to its ally Russia, or the use of the military hardware in the Balkan region, Macron, however you explain his name, I failed English many times, so excuse me. Macron said that the deal included full guarantees like any defense agreement, without elaborating. Russia has been a traditional supplier of military aircraft for Serbia, which has refused to join international sanctions against Moscow for its invasion of Ukraine. Of course, it's, refuse sanctions against Moscow. Why should we, again, like I mentioned, we don't like to be told what to do. We like to use our own minds here in Serbia, which is one of the main reasons a lot of people move here to Serbia. Why should we do what the majority of countries are doing in regards to Russia and Ukraine? What happened back in the 1999 in the bombing of Belgrade? Where were all these countries now that are in support of Ukraine and against Russia? Where were they in support of Yugoslavia at that time? That would be my question. Why did we not have the support? Why did the U.S. come and bomb Serbia or Yugoslavia at that point? And now we have to now listen to the United States and put sanctions on. If you go down to Belgrade right now, you still have buildings standing there that were bombed in the 90s. And they stay there as a representation and as remembrance of what happened down there. And a lot of that happened in the 90s is still fresh in people's minds here, and they do not want to follow what majority of these other Western countries are doing, especially the ones that are in the European Union. Vučić dismissed any concerns among Western nations of the possibility that Serbia would transfer technology to Russia because of the Balkan countries' traditional close ties with Moscow. For the first time in history, Serbia has Western jets, Vučić said. You wish to have Serbia as a partner and then you voice suspicion? Look at what the United States does. They make rules for thee and not for me, and they make rules for other countries, and then they don't follow those rules for themselves either. So you know what? Even if they did share it with Russia, so be it. It wouldn't be the first country that did something like that, and it won't be the last one because in behind the scenes, Russia has been a bigger ally for Serbia in the past than any of these other Western countries. So why all of a sudden, just because we made an actual business deal, do we have to align with your views? Now, to wrap up this whole document up, there's a lot more to read in here, but I'm not going to move on with any more reading of this. I'm just going to put a couple points out there. I believe that Serbia is going to be better off if they join the BRICS nations. As much as the flack I might get from the Western people in this on this channel, I believe that we have a lot better strategic alignment with the BRICS nations than we do with those ones in the EU. Look at what the ones in the EU do. They bully all the other countries that are not part of EU, where the BRICS nations, they're the ones that have been outcasted by many of these Western cultures and have started actually to devise their own plan to destabilize the US dollar. Many of them have moved off the petrodollar and now are on a gold-backed dollar there as well, which I believe it would be in much better interest for Serbia than it would be to join the EU. But I'd love to ask my viewers out there, leave your comments in the comment section here. What do you think? Would it be better for Serbia to join the EU, or would you rather see them joining the BRICS, or would you rather Serbia remain on its own as a neutral company with the ability to make their own decisions, do things on their own without having their hands tied to either party? I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you on the next one.